All right, if you're trying to pick your IGCSE subjects, you've probably hit this big, confusing crossroads. Computer science or ICT? They both involve computers, they both sound important, but trust me, they lead down very different roads. So, in this explainer, we're going to get this all sorted out.
Okay, let's cut right to the chase. The entire difference between these two subjects, and I mean everything, really boils down to one simple question. Do you want to be a creator or do you want to be a user? And yeah, I know, that question feels huge when you're trying to make this choice. It feels like a big deal. But honestly, once you really wrap your head around that one core difference, the answer becomes a whole lot clearer. Okay, if you only remember one thing today, make it this. ICT teaches you how to effectively use all the powerful digital tools that already exist. Computer science, on the other hand, teaches you how to create those tools from the ground up. So think of it this way. One is all about application, the other is all about invention. So let's start with ICT and really explore what it means to be an expert user of technology. This is all about practical, hands-on, real-world digital skills. In ICT, you're going to get your hands on the very software that makes the modern world tick. We're talking about becoming a wizard with spreadsheets and databases, creating professional-looking documents, and understanding the networks that connect every one of us. It's really about becoming digitally fluent and responsible. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. In ICT, you're not writing the code for the spreadsheet program itself. Nope. Instead, you're learning how to command it, how to be the boss of it, using powerful built-in functions like this sum formula to analyze data and solve problems efficiently. So to wrap it up, ICT is perfect if you're a practical, hands-on kind of person. If you want skills that you can apply immediately in pretty much any industry, business, marketing, you name it, and you're way more interested in using the cool digital tools than building them, ICT is probably your path. All right, let's switch gears completely. Now we're going to pop open the hood and look inside the machine. Welcome to the world of the creator. This is computer science. Now, computer science is way more technical, more theoretical. This is where you learn the deep-down principles of how computers actually work. You'll be writing code, sure, but you'll also be designing algorithms, which are kind of like recipes for solving complex problems, and really understanding the fundamental logic of hardware and software.
To really get what that means, let's look at a core concept, the logic gate. Just think of it like a tiny decision maker. It's one of the most basic building blocks of any digital circuit, and all it does is take in simple binary signals, ones and zeros, and spit out a single result based on a very specific rule.
And seriously, everything inside a computer starts with these incredibly simple little components. For example, you've got an AND gate. It only outputs a 1 if both of its inputs are a 1. Then you have an OR gate, which outputs a 1 if at least one of its inputs is a 1. These are simple rules, right? But they are incredibly powerful. And this is where the magic really happens. You take those simple little gates, you combine thousands, even millions of them, and you start to build something incredibly complex, like this logic circuit here. By linking all those simple rules together, you create complex behaviors. This is the very essence of creating technology. So computer science is for the curious ones, the logical thinkers, the puzzle solvers. If you enjoy math and you're always wondering how things work behind the scenes, and you get excited by the idea of actually building new software or systems in fields like AI or engineering, then this is your subject.
Okay, so we've seen both sides of the coin. Now let's put them right next to each other, head to head, to make the differences totally clear.
Let's just break this table down. In ICT, the focus is all practical use. In CS, it's about the theory and technical side. The skills in ICT are about using tools, while in CS, it's all about coding and logic. So one is application-based, the other is conceptual and analytical. As you can probably guess, this means CS is generally seen as more challenging and abstract, and of course, they prepare you for very different careers down the line. So, we've come full circle, right back to our main idea. ICT is about applying the technology that already exists. Computer science is about building what comes next. Okay, so with all of that in mind, let's get to the most important part of this whole thing. How do you make the right choice for you?
You know, it really just comes down to a little self-reflection. It's not about which subject is better, because neither is. It's all about which one is a better fit for your brain, your interests, and what you want to do in the future.
Here's a simple little framework. First, just ask yourself what you genuinely enjoy doing. Do you get a buzz from solving a tricky logic puzzle or from designing a really great-looking presentation? Second, be honest about your strengths. Does abstract math just kind of click for you, or do you shine when you're doing creative, practical tasks? And finally, look ahead. Is a specialized tech degree your main goal, or do you want a set of digital skills that will help you in any industry?
And let's be direct about the difficulty level. It's pretty well known that computer science is usually considered the harder subject. It has coding, a lot of theory, it's just more abstract. ICT, on the other hand, because it's so application-based, can often be much easier for students to get their heads around. But here's a final, really important point. You might not have to choose at all. A lot of students actually take both subjects, and they complement each other beautifully. If you do that, you get the amazing practical digital literacy from ICT, and you get the deep foundational coding and logic skills from computer science. It's a really powerful combination. So ultimately, the choice really comes down to this one metaphor. Both roles are essential. Both are incredibly valuable. The only question is, which one excites you more? Building the engine or driving the car on the open road?